Hello and welcome to day 5 of Panchakarma. I'm here to drop in with all of you and share just a little input for today to help support you in your journey of transformation. If this is the first time you're dropping in on one of these videos, welcome. I am putting forward a 40-day guided self-care Panchakarma employing the wisdom of Ayurveda here at Broad Coven. And if you would like to see more of this, learn more about the process, you can check out the playlist. Just scroll down on the homepage here at the channel and you'll see all of the videos organized there. I'm going to be bringing in lots of Ayurvedic self-care techniques, all kinds of readings to support the process, and satsangs, anything that wants to come in. I'm on this journey with all of you. I'm dropping in, feeling the energy, and so I never know what's coming either. This is just kind of the way it is. Moving through Panchakarma, you have a certain plan, a certain structure in place, but there's a lot of wiggle room within that and just the spontaneous flow and the guidance that comes in. So for those of you who don't know yet, I am an Ayurvedic practitioner. I have been practicing as an Ayurvedic practitioner for over 7 years now, heading towards 8. And I am licensed with the National Ayurvedic Medical Association. So this is not something I'm just like, flying by the seat of my pants with. I've been educated as an Ayurvedic practitioner. I've done this work, and I used to work at the Dhyana Center when it was still open. They're now Dhyana Essentials. They've kind of gone through a transition over these past couple of years with everything that's been happening in the world, and the way we all kind of got shaken up with the way we have to do work, which is ironically what brought me to YouTube and into this online arena. Not what I'm used to. It's a whole new avenue for me, but I really want to use my online presence to contribute something positive. I don't think that the online experience has to be this negative trip like people think it does. There's a way you can use it consciously. So I'm all for having fun. I'm all for being irreverent. And I'm sure you can tell that with some of my other reading style, and none of that's going to go anywhere. But I wanted to bring this piece into Broad Coven too, just to show that, there's a way to have fun. There's a way to not take it all too seriously and still have that deep, soulful side, the side that is in a process of evolution and growth and expansion. Okay, so never judge a book by its cover. It's a good message. It's a good mindset to carry with you through life. So welcome to all of you, whether you're actively going through Panchakarma with me, whether you're going to get started a little later down the road, or if you're just kind of checking it out because you're curious, you're all welcome here. And I just want to say thank you so much to all of you who have been dropping comments and sharing your experiences. I really do appreciate it. And you might be helping somebody who maybe feels a little shy about speaking up and sharing what's coming up for them by bringing your voice forward. So thank you so much for being part of creating a supportive atmosphere here on YouTube as we do this work together. So I am going to pull a card today. And this is going to be a little bit briefer of a drop-in because I'm preparing to do the new moon collective reading, and then I'll be working on getting out individual sign readings for the new moon beginning tomorrow. We'll get all 12 signs covered, but I'm going to do a collective reading tonight, and I really want to dive into that and go deep with that. So we're just dropping in tonight, and I wanted to talk this evening about getting prepped for your self-care Sunday. And we did talk about you can have this be a movable day. You don't have to have it on Sunday, but I just like using Sunday because often people have Sunday free. It's kind of a day equated with rest and relaxation and taking it easy, integrating, and I think that's just sort of a perfect space to hold around a self-care day. But you also don't need to limit yourself to just one day with your self-care Sunday, okay? You can have a full-on, Panchakarma style self-care day every day if you like. So notice how you feel when you give yourself this care and this attention, how your body is responding to it, how you're responding to it emotionally, mentally, what kind of shifts you're experiencing in your energy. And listen mindfully to the requests that your body is making of you. You might crave more of it. And if you want to do self-care every day where you give yourself the full-on Panchakarma style drop-in, which is kind of what we're reserving for Sunday, that's fantastic. I'll be honest with you, and I'll tell you that when I'm really diving into Panchakarma for myself, I pretty much go all out. I really give myself extensive care every day, and it becomes just part of the discipline. It can become a discipline in and of itself. We've talked about this straightening by fire, the concept of employing that discipline, to create profound change in your life. And sometimes that's what it takes. We can really get stuck in a rut in our comfortable grooves. And it's ironic because often when we're stuck in a rut, the last place we're focusing our attention is on our self-care, on our own personal well-being. And yet it's so essential if we're going to activate any kind of change in our lives that we have energy, that, our health is in good standing, that we have the motivation, that our cup is feeling full, that we're not running on empty, we're not feeling depleted, that we can actually have what it takes, to greet the day, take the actions we need to take and get things done. So I recognize just saying Self-Care Sunday, people might not have a clear view of what that looks like. You might be wondering, well, what is a Self-Care Sunday in terms of Panchakarma? Like, what should I do on that day? What do you mean drop in and have a full day of self-care? So I thought I would go ahead and just outline that for you and help give a little clarity on what that would look like. So I'm just going to kind of talk about that now, how that could unfold for you. So first things first, I highly recommend that maybe the night before you make yourself up some kind of agua fresca, some kind of spa water that you can have on hand for your Panchakarma self-care day, where you can really just feel like you're giving yourself a little bit of that kind of extra special treatment. It's like if you go to a spa, they never just give you just water, right? You always have maybe some cucumber in there, maybe some lemon slices, there might be some sprigs of fresh mint. There's all different kinds of spa waters that you can make, but that's a really simple one right there that will actually help your body hold hydration. You can just do some lemon slices or some lime slices, or you can do both if you like. You can do some sprigs of fresh mint in there. You can also you could add a little pinch of sea salt if you wanted, or Himalayan salt. All of that is just good for the electrolytes. You can even go beyond that though. You can just take a nice big pitcher of water. You can slice up all kinds of citrus fruits are excellent. You could do grapefruit and orange and lemons and limes and just as it sits, it infuses the water, and you get so much electrolytes and just good quality antioxidants and vitamin C coming into your body. And it's just very replenishing and very refreshing. And it just makes it feel extra special. So this is really about like giving yourself an extra special day. So start even with something as simple as the water you're going to drink. And you can look up recipes online, but there's really no limit to what you can do. I sometimes even like to put, cut up watermelon with mint is a really nice combination. You could do even some things like organic rose petals. You could put sprigs of rosemary, whatever speaks to you, okay? Just make sure it's edible. You want to make sure it's edible if you're putting it in your water, okay? So that would be the first thing you could do. And then let it just like sit and infuse overnight. You could do that the night before, really, to get your water prepped for the next day, so you have your hydration taken care of. And then first thing in the morning, when you get up on your self-care day, you could make yourself up a nice batch of herbal chai that you can keep going throughout the day. So you can get some fresh ginger root, slice up a bunch of that, throw that in there. You can get some cardamom pods, just like a little handful of cardamom pods. You can crack those, throw those in there. You can do a little bit of black pepper, throw in some cinnamon or a cinnamon stick, and some good filtered water, and bring that to a boil, and let it be at a nice kind of gentle boil for about 10 minutes. Really let that water get nice and steeped, and get all those yummy infusions into the water there to make up your tea. And then you can sip on this throughout the day. You can always reheat it, but it's wonderful to have right before your meal. It will actually help to fire up your Agni, your digestive fire, which will help you digest your food more efficiently. And it's just wonderful for drinking throughout the day. It does stimulate your Agni, your digestive fire, and we do want to get the fire coming forward. So this is very helpful for moving ama out of the system. And so you got your spa water, right? And then you have your herbal chai that you can drink on throughout the day. And it's just really nice to have that on hand. You can even put some turmeric in there if you wanted to go more kind of a sort of a golden milk kind of direction. And then you could even add some coconut cream to that when you pour it in your cup. And that would just be lovely. It'd be like a very nourishing golden milk, and so tasty. You could even put in a little bit of raw honey. No, don't cook the honey, but you can add it to your cup. And that also helps to move ama, move that which is undigested out of the system. Now, when you do these things, when you got the spa water coming in, and when you got this chai going, or you're having this golden milk, you may notice you start to cough up ama. You might notice, you got stuff coming out of your upper channels, maybe even your lower channels too, especially if you're using a lot of ginger. It will really get things moving. So anticipate that. If you notice you have mucus coming up, it's a good thing. It means you're clearing out that dampness. You're clearing out the cold. You're getting things liquefied. You're getting that fire building inside, and that's what we want. We want to get to that liquid fire state, okay? And you can do this every day. It would be a wonderful practice every day, but certainly on your one day, Sunday, self-care Sunday, or wherever you move that day throughout the week, make sure you're bringing these pieces in so you can really experience what it's like to be really dialed in with your Ayurvedic self-care. Okay. So you got your water, you got your tea. The next thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to have lots of nourishing, delicious, easily digested foods around. And let this be the one day. Let's say you haven't really focused on your diet so much. Let this be the one day that you really eat close to the earth. Stay away from the processed stuff. Stay away from the white stuff, just at least for this one day, okay? One day every 10-day cycle, every Sunday, or whatever day you choose for it to be, at least one day, Hopefully you'll feel the benefit of it, and then over time you'll get to the point where you'll say, maybe I want to add another day, maybe another day, maybe another day, maybe I really enjoy this, and I just want to kind of stick with it for a while because I'm experiencing the benefits. So, this is a way for you to explore it and feel directly how much it shifts things for you, not only physically, but mentally and emotionally, how your whole energy transforms, okay? So, steer clear of the white stuff on your self-care Panchakarma day. Make sure you're not getting in any sugar that you're steering clear of dairy, that you're steering clear of white flour, because these things tend to kind of, they clog the channels. They can be ama producing, and since they're ama producing, it counterbalances the work that we're doing here, which is to clear the ama out. So just let your body have a break that day. This would be a wonderful day to have things like smoothies or soups or stews or khichdi, dal. You can find recipes for those online. That's kind of traditional in Panchakarma to have khichdi, or some kind of dal, very typical. Rice, basmati rice, steamed vegetables, things that are easy for your body to break down, absorb the nutrients, but that aren't full of artificial ingredients and high in sugar and all that. Now, honey is the exception, and you may have been wondering why I said you could add honey, because you're probably thinking, well, that's just sugar anyway. Why is it okay to have honey but not sugar? Honey actually has a different kind of quality due to its enzymatic activity. So when you taste honey, it tastes sweet. Yes, it has sweet rasa, sweet guna quality, when you first taste it, and it activates the amylase. But once it actually gets into the gut, it transforms into hot quality. It has a heating quality that's actually liquefying for ama. And in India, they've been doing a lot of work with honey in the case of addressing diabetes, and they've had tremendous success with it. I know it sounds bizarre, right? It's not how we do things here in the States, but they've really had tremendous success with it. It's pretty phenomenal. So honey is a little different. And honey, if you have excess kapha, if you are carrying extra weight on your body and you have excess fat that you want to release, honey can be an ally. Now, that doesn't mean you can go and like guzzle, cups of honey, but you could do, a tablespoon or two of honey a day, and it'll actually support your cleansing process. The most important thing is that you get raw honey and that you don't cook it. If you cook it, it's like it becomes toxic to the system. You've just lost all the benefit of the honey, all right? So it's fine to add it to your teas or to your golden milks, but you want to make sure that first you just let it cool a little bit. You don't want to destroy all that beautiful enzymatic activity, all the good stuff that's in the honey, okay? So also make sure that on your day of self-care, you cut off eating by 8 p.m., Give your body a chance to really relax, and to allow your digestive organs to have the energy they need to go through the purification process. You will feel the difference. You will feel the difference. And if you're worried about getting hungry because you have a late night eating habit, do yourself a favor and just, make some sleepy time tea, make some kind of herbal tea. Chamomile is lovely. Tulsi is another wonderful tea. Tulsi is an adaptogen, so it helps the body combat stress. Passion flower tea is really nice, like that you find in a sleepy time tea. Anything to help you wind down, okay? And then you're going to really just dive into your physical care that day. So I recommend, maybe getting in some yoga, maybe doing a little meditation, giving your body some care. So you could do some soaks in a nice tub laced with mineral salts and beautiful oils. You can do some abhyanga, massage yourself from head to foot with a lovely oil that you've warmed up a little bit, so you can really pamper yourself, and get it on your scalp, massage it into your scalp, all the way from head to toe. You want to do back and forth strokes over your limbs. You want to do circular over any of your joints, circular clockwise motions over the chest, and also opening opening strokes, over the chest. We want to move into that expansion clockwise on the belly, back and forth, up and down on the sides, on the torso, down the legs, all the way to the bottom of your feet. And then you can leave it on for like an hour and wrap yourself in a robe, have a nice cozy robe that's okay to get a little oil on that you can put on after your abhyanga. Let it sit, maybe have a nice cup of herbal tea. You can do foot soaks, get a little basin of water, fill it up with some Epsom salts. You can do a little peppermint oil in there. You can even put some marbles on the bottom or some river stones and sort of rub your feet over the stones and hit all those reflexology points. It's just wonderfully unwinding, and then you can go and shower or bathe off, from the abhyanga. You can also use neti pot, and if you don't know how to use neti pot, that's okay. Or if you're scared to try, that's okay. I will be bringing in some actual videos of demonstrating how to use neti pot, things like that next week. But you could do neti pot, you could scrape your tongue, you could do a facial, give yourself a facial. A lovely face mask you can do is to mix together goat milk yogurt with a little saffron, just a little pinch of saffron, and you can put a little splash of rose water in there and just a little bit of raw honey, and you can mix that all together, and then you just spread that on your face and let it rest for about 20 minutes. It will give your skin a beautiful radiant glow. You see instant results from that, and it's just kind of a nice thing to do for yourself. There's just so much you can do. There's so much you can do. You can get out a gua sha if you know how to use gua sha, and just gua sha your whole body. I'll do a gua sha video too to give you techniques about that as we dive into the next 10 days. So start wherever you're at right now, but think of it as giving yourself head to toe physical care. Give yourself a bath, give yourself some kind of, oilination, doing some kind of massage. Maybe you want to paint your nails, do a little face mask. Maybe you want to do a hair mask. It's just like really diving into pampering and spoiling yourself. And then make sure that it's a day when you give yourself an opportunity to just rest. You don't have anything to do. You don't have anywhere to go. Drop in really deep, turn off the phone, maybe steer clear from social media that day. Just let it be all about doing what you want to do to relax. You can turn on some relaxing music. You can read that book you've been meaning to read. You can let yourself take some naps. Do a little journaling, okay? It's really about spoiling yourself and listening to your body. And what you need on one day may be different the next time you give yourself a Panchakarma self-care day. And so it's important that you drop in and listen to your body and let it guide you in your care, okay? So you can really respond to the need of the moment. And the card we have is Pearl of Sharo. Such a beautiful, beautiful card. And when I think of pearls, and this is so interesting for this to come into alignment with the self-care Sunday talk. Pearls are made through irritation, right? They're made through the grit, and that's actually what creates this beautiful pearl. And it's interesting because when the lymph gets dry, right? And we're focusing on lymph in this first 10-day cycle. We're trying to really build the lymph, get the lymph flowing, and get the blockages out, okay? But when the lymph gets dry, it can almost get this kind of like this crystallized, gritty quality to it. Sometimes you can even feel it like in your eyes, like when your lymph is really depleted. You might notice your tear ducts get a lot of kind of like grittiness in them. That's like dry lymph, okay? It's like a sign of dry lymph, depleted lymph. Your riverbed is low. So I'm really taking this as, oh, there's the wolf. I didn't mean to hold it up that way. It's like, yes, this is the path with this Self-Care Sunday. So really put an emphasis on building your lymph and hydration with this particular Self-Care Sunday, all right? So get that spa water going. Make sure you're drinking frequently throughout the day. Really hydrate. And I really encourage you, maybe do another one of those salt scrubs, add that into your routine, really stimulate the lymph. Maybe do some kind of movement, some kind of exercise that will get you sweating, because sweating is, or svedhana, as it's called in Ayurveda, is one of the purification methods. So, really get the body sweating to release the toxins. Such a good practice, okay? But I think this is very essential. And as you're doing your abhyangas, as you're doing your salt scrubs, notice the places where you feel like, ooh, I got a little congestion here. Notice the places where you got kind of congestion in your lymph, or where your tissues feel a little kind of bumpy, you can feel it. It's almost like it feels gritty to the touch. I want you to really viscerally get in touch with your body and do what you can to like break that up, so we can get that river, that rasa, really flowing, and get the kapha built up so it can match that fire that we're also igniting, and we can get this purification going for the next 10-day cycle. Because a beautiful pearl will come forward from that for you. All right. Enjoy your Self-Care Sunday. I'll be back tomorrow and we'll drop in some more.